I am late and I hate being late. Good evening, everybody. It's C. Thanks for coming to chat with me. Get on here. This is a Monday meetup, and we don't go live every Monday, even though it's been feeling like we've been going live every Monday. We don't go live every Monday. We only go live when there is a meetup, which means there's a trip announcement coming. So get on here as we're about to talk about some of the pieces about Virgin Voyages. Let's talk about what is it called? Cyber Monday deals. Did y'all take advantage of any of the travel deals? I know there's two that I want to share. Cyber Monday deals that have come up and that I've taken advantage of. One I kind of slid back from, and then the other one I did pull the trigger on. And then, of course, we have a trip announcement because we don't go live every Monday. We go live when there is a trip coming. My lips are ashy. So let's see who we have in the chat. Let's see. We have Kristen. Do you know what that means? Happy. Wait. I think I missed some notes. Do you know what that means? Oh! Kristen. I was like, do you know? INDEPENDE. Okay, so if you can't guess, I mean, like literally, I like to do a bit of a guessing game with the titles about what I'm about to get on for cruising. But like, if you can't guess the ship that I am about to get on, you did not do it for the 99 and 2000s. And I'm just going to say that. I was like, Krista, what is that? I had a moment. It just went clean over my head. And welcome in 10 people. Krista says, happy Monday, Captain C, sweet mates, cruise mates, all the mates, ahoy mates. We have MH Family Adventures in the building. And if you don't know, tomorrow I'll be live on her channel talking about solo cruising at what time did I go live on your channel, MH Family Adventures? Is it 8, 7, 8? I think it's 8. I don't know. Put in the chat. So if you want to know some things about solo cruising, solo travel, tap in MH Family Adventures for Chit Chat Tuesday. I'll be on there live, and I got the questions, and she's asking some unique questions that I have not, I don't think, talked about or have answered before. So mark your calendars for tomorrow, 8 p.m. I'll be live with MH Family Adventures for Chit Chat Tuesday. Folks are speaking to Kristen. On the go with Yellow is saying, happy Monday. Happy Monday, Yellow. You're fresh off a cruise, right? Welcome in. Marilyn Melton's in the building. Welcome in, Marilyn. Hope you all had a wonderful holiday. How does it feel to be like officially in the holiday season? Like, this is my time of year. I officially December 1st listened to 2 holiday albums. So I am in it. Although I don't think I'm going to decorate this year. I kind of like calculated, what is it, the opportunity, the cost. I'm only probably going to be in my house for like 2 weeks to really enjoy putting up a tree. I honestly like to put up a tree probably right after Veterans Day. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to put up my tree this year because it's like I'm gonna put it up and have to take it back down. So I think I'm just gonna be decorations list. But the holiday spirit is all up in me. I'm excited. And this is the time, I don't have live TV, I don't have cable, but this is the time of year that I like to have live TV because I like to watch all the holiday specials. I heard Netflix has a really good new holiday movie with Kalen Allen. But that's not what you're here to talk about, the holidays. But yeah, let me know if you took advantage of, though, with the holidays, any of the travel deals that were out here in the streets. Because I know I took advantage of a couple. Who else we got in here? Iris Wax that was saying, hey, C in chat. Welcome in, Iris. Thanks for popping up in this Monday. Welcome in, 21 people. My name is Carlene. This is my channel, C with C. I don't go live every Monday. When I do go live, we go live for the Monday meetup where I am making my trip announcements. And usually I go live the Monday before I travel. So we have a trip announcement coming up. And usually there's a little bit of a hint in the title about what exactly I'm doing. So tonight we're going to talk about, I'm fresh off the Resilient Lady. I'm going to talk about some travel deals I took advantage of. We're going to talk about what my next trip is. And I have some exciting announcements to share with you all about a couple of cruises that I am planning, collaborations, or one collaboration and one group cruise just with your girl. So Only Go Yellow says hello to the chat. Traveling Black Couple says, hi, everyone. I see she's left us a clue in tonight's video. Y'all peep the clue. y'all peep the clue. And the clue is not subtle at all. But Kristen has the tone for the clue. Yep, it's definitely how it was spelled. And who was that? Webby's video? Miss Didi. Hey, welcome, Miss Didi. Welcome in. And okay, so MH Family Adventures, I'm going live to talk about solo travel tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. So 7 p.m. Eastern time. Tap in the MH Family Adventures channel. And she has some good, hot, juicy, steamy questions for me. So I will be live talking about, just solo travels and experiences and tips and whatever random. Y'all always know I got a story to share. So Parker's on the Go is in the building. Welcome in, Parker's on the Go. I got to see them on Resilient Lady. If you haven't, I know there's a bunch of creators in the chat. If you haven't tapped into Parker's on the Go, Siobhan Parker, for you creators who are looking for assistance. Like, I know I have a bunch of footage in these cameras that need editing. Siobhan has launched her business. And Siobhan or Brandon, whoever's the Parker's on the Go on the handle tonight, put in the chat the name of it. But they are starting to launch their building, or Siobhan's launching her consulting business for YouTube creators. So if you want help with editing, if you want an outside perspective, someone to look objectively at your videos, or someone to edit your videos, there is a service there newly launched for you. Who we got here? Sharo. The Wrenches are in the building. Hi, Sharo. Thanks. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. On the Go with Yellow just got off a Celebrity Ascent, which is my favorite ship to date. And she was talking about, I was just watching the rerun of Addie and Terry's live from Sunday Sip. And On the Go Yellow was talking about how quickly Celebrity got up the decorations. I would love to see Celebrity Ascent decorated in like Christmas. It's holiday attire. Is that holiday decorations? So yeah, that's my favorite ship. I hope you enjoyed it. How long were you on this set, YOLO? MH Family Adventure says, just put up our trees this weekend. Yeah, my tree lives at my mom's house. My tree and my decorations. My mom's basement is like the equivalent of like my storage unit, but I just haven't went over there to get the things. And then I'm just thinking about, I literally have like 3 weeks of a tree up. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go get like my throw pillows for the holiday, something, but I'm definitely in the holiday spirit. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to decorate. A traveling black couple says the Netflix movie you were talking about was cute. Love holiday movies, drinks, decorations, etc. Yeah, I don't know that. I can't remember the name, but Netflix has a holiday movie out with Kaylin Allen. And I heard it's really, really cute. Kristen is in the spirit. She says, in my mind, it's birthday, the most important day of the year, and Christmas season. Yes. What is this? The Sagittarii, is that a thing? So Kristen is celebrating her birthday and getting excited for the holiday season too. My cruising family's in the building. She says, hey, C, can't hear you because I'm drying my hair. I want to say hi. Hey, Peter. Welcome in. Thanks for popping in. And I totally understand that good old hair dryer moment where you try to be present, but you can't hear nothing. Folks are speaking. T Reese is in the building. Welcome in, T Reese Travel, saying, hey, Team Reese. Parker's on the Go drums the information. It's called the Creator Launchpad. So if you are looking for assistance as a creator, in regards to like how to get your videos up and running, getting more views, or, maybe just you are already an established creator, you have burnout, you got a lot of stuff in your cameras, hit up the Creator Launchpad, and you can get some assistance there. All righty. Oh, let's see. Oh, yes, Peter is a Sag. What are Sagittarius is known for? Like, I know all the signs have personalities. I'm curious. I'm like, I know a couple of Sagittariuses, but like, I'm very well versed in Gemini, very well versed in Leo. I don't know like what the distinguishing trait is for Sagittariuses. Parkinson Go says they have 4 trees up and they've been up since November 2nd. And see, that is how you do it. You put the trees up so that you get a lot of time, so that it makes it feel like worth it that you decorate it. That's how you do it. I used to try to get my decorations up by Veterans Day. But it feels like if I miss that Veterans Day mark, it feels like I don't want to even like get it up, because I feel like 3 weeks is not enough to have Christmas decorations up. Onigoyo says I did a week. World Class Bar was my happy place. Oh, cool. World Class Bar has that like rose flavored rose water drink. That was kind of cool. MH Adventure says the movie was good with Kayla Allen. It's called Meet Me Next Christmas. And it has Christina Milian. Yes, I think that's correct. And December is the best month of the year. I mean, one would argue that June is the best month of the year, but I can't say a curse word. It might sound like a curse word. What is this? My phone is binging. Oh, sorry. My phone's going off. I ain't gonna poo-poo. That's what it is. I ain't gonna poo-poo on your month. Especially not right now. So, but just, yes. December is currently the best month of the year, and I need my phone to stop binging. Margaret Logan is here. I think Margaret just got off a cruise too. Kristen says the closest I got to holiday movies is Home Alone 1 and 2. The Long Kiss Goodnight is that girl of a movie. Love that movie. The Negotiator is a holiday movie. Oh my God, these Giving Tuesday texts. Stop it, people. Like, you might get some money, you might not. Just going live here. Anywho, The Negotiator. I didn't even know that was a Christmas movie, a holiday movie. I could probably just put this on mute so I can stop hearing the binging because it's going to drive me nuts. My favorite holiday movies, even though I promise y'all we're going to talk about cruising, we're going to talk about travel. I'm just having a holiday moment. Just have this holiday moment with me. I still like the old school claymations. Like, if I can catch the old school claymations, I really enjoy those. Like, I need to see the old school claymations once in like at least once a year. I need to see Frosty the Snowman. I need to see Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I need to see those, and then if I see them, I know that like we're in the holiday moment. Marakuna Moto, welcome in. I think you are new to the chat, so welcome in. Thanks for popping by. Travel Yes We See is here. And they're saying Sagittarius are a fire sign known for traveling at the drop of a dime. Oh, that's why we get along. Because I'm an air. Gemini's an air sign, and we are flighty, meaning we will catch flights, change plans, reverse, draw forward, pick a couple more trips. So yeah. Oh, cool. All right. So let's see. What else was we talking about? Resilient Lady. I know I covered some of that last week with you all. I had the opportunity, which you'll start seeing me drop, because I think I confused some people. Some people were like, "Are you on the Resilient now?" Because I dropped a short showing you all the some of the cabins, or at least one cabin. I have a few more shorts of like the cabin tours on Resilient, because we got to tour all the cabin categories. So I gave y'all a sneak peek of the gorgeous suite on Virgin Voyages. Virgin has a bunch of suites that you all can choose from. And it seems like the staple of those suites are like the bathroom. Like, those bathrooms are impeccable. I also released the movie, so the long version of the Mexico City vlog. So hopefully some people who missed it, well, if you're new to the channel, welcome in. So if you missed those, the Mexico City series, I put out a long form of that for you all. And like, I am sitting here, I was pulling together my Disneyland Paris clips. I think that's going to be my next one, because it is Christmas themed. So it kind of will go with the flow of like today's chat, talking about like holidays, etc. In regards to like what deals I took advantage of, so I had my eyes on a couple of deals. One was Explorer Journeys, which if you are interested in doing Explorer, they are currently running 5% deposit. So usually Explorer has like a little Disney spirit where their deposits are 10% of the actual cruise fare. Well, Explorer is running a special until I think December 4th, where they're offering 5% deposit. So like I didn't end up pulling the trigger. I'm going to debate if I'm going to still get on that sailing or not. But I know I have time to get to use that deal. But I had like maybe like a $4,000-ish trip in my basket, and it was like a $200 deposit. So if for 2026 too. So if you need like extra time, like you're interested in Explorer Journeys, but you're going to need that 1 full to 2 full years to pay, you might want to try to take advantage of their special. They have their newest ship, Explorer 1, Explorer 2, Explorer 2, and Explorer 1 up for that promo. The deal that I did take advantage of, and you all have like 3-4 hours to take advantage of this, is that $25 Holland America deposit. So I was trying not to go too crazy on this like travel, deals, and I didn't like get into Amazon. I just booked a couple things for 2026. So Holland, I did the $25 deposit, and it was literally $25 deposit, 7-day cruise I'm going to do in, I think, 2026. So if you're interested in Holland America, that is an option for you. Again, put down a little $25, give yourself a year and a half to pay, and you can try a new cruise line or try that luxury adjacent experience. Some of you all know who, when I was talking about being on the Navigator of the Seas for Regent, Holland America seemed to be the cruise line that a lot of people who were on Regent, if they weren't selling Regent, they kind of opted to be on like Holland America with their family for like a cheaper option. So you might want to, dip your toes, try out Holland, with a cheaper kind of commitment, lower threshold. And welcome in 29 people. My name is Carly. This is Steve with Steve, and we're here for the Monday meetup, which we don't go live every Monday. We go live when there's a trip announcement. And we have a cruise coming up this week, so I'll be announcing that really soon. All right, let's get back into the chat. We have Margaret Logan. See, this is what starts stuff. You can't say 1 month is better because somebody will be like, nope. February. Now, what is February? Aquarius? If it's Aquarius, that early February, I have a lot of early February friends. Like, I have 2 friends born on the 8th. No, I had that wrong. 7th or 8th. Or maybe a day apart, a couple more friends born on the 6th. So I vibe a lot with early February folks. Who else we got here? Your favorite couple, also known as my favorite couple, is in the building saying, hey, see what's in chat. And I got to sail with them on Resilient Lady 2. They did a pop-up. Parkers on the Go did a pop-up. It ended up being like, I think we had like a little crew, like almost 10 creator friends together on Resilient Lady experiencing that DJ sailing. So that was cool to see your favorite couple, Parkers on the Go. I got to see MH Family Adventures, Regina. I got to meet Portholes and Pixie Dust for the first time. So it ended up being a good group of people to sail with and just hang out with and catch up with in these cruise streets. Margaret Logan says, yep, we did the Firenze and had an amazing time. Awesome, Margaret. I've heard the Firenze is a little more plusher or sleek, or I think more preferred or better than its sister, the Venezia. Her Firenze is a little more refined. My cruising family says, very much so, Kristen, yet super organized at the same time. I think that's why spontaneity works for us. Talking about the Sagittarius is in the building. Who else we got? Kristen says, I was watching The Bone Collector last night. It ends with Christmas. Kristen, that's like saying like we can vote if, what is it called? Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? But no, that Long Kiss Goodnight, if you have not seen The Long Kiss Goodnight and you like a good action movie, that's the one, baby. Who else we got here? Folks certainly enjoyed the Firenze. Mel on the move. Welcome in, Mel. Thanks for popping in. Iris Wagstaff says, the last holiday is my favorite with Queen Latifah and LL Cool J. Oh, yeah. Well, I shouldn't give the plot twist. But I guess a little spoiler. Queen Latifah thinks she's going to die. She decides to live her best life. So it has a cute little message about like, living life, to its moments. But it's a really good, it's a cool holiday movie. I'm trying to think, what's like another movie? I have like certain things that I have to watch like throughout the season. So like, of course, I do that whole turn on TNT and watch A Christmas Story marathon. I have to watch Polar Express on Christmas Eve at least once. Of course, I got to watch the Claymations. So that's kind of like my holiday thing. My cruising family says, my daddy was a Gemini, he was C, and he and I love watching airplanes together. That was definitely our thing. Oh, good Gemini moments. My cruising family says, Happy Travel Tuesday is tomorrow. Yeah. And another deal that I'm not planning on like utilizing, but I'm thinking I'm gonna book for clients or at least share with a client, is that Riu. I think Riu, if you're interested in all-inclusives, are on sale. Oh, we got some travel deals coming in. Let's see. Kristen says she snagged the drink package for her April Royal Caribbean cruise, 40% off. Good point, Kristen. So yeah, again, listening to Addie and Terry's replay of the Sunday Sip, they mentioned that Carnival and Royal weren't having a like travel Cyber Monday, Black Friday sale, but Royal is known for, like Kristen mentioned, having it's like excursions, drink packages, spa, those kind of things on sale for Black Friday. So Kristen took advantage of getting a drink package for 40% off. That's a really, really good deal. I also know like Celebrity, last year for my Alaska trip, I took advantage of the Black Friday sale, but I will also say, not drink packages, but sometimes some point in the middle of the year, so like maybe April-ish, Celebrity will like bundle some of the things. So like it bundled Wi-Fi, what is it called? Premium, quick, what is it? Access boarding, prime, quick boarding. It had like put all of that into a package, and it ended up being cheaper than the internet I paid for. So I ended up canceling my Black Friday internet package and bought this other package that had like what's it called, priority boarding. That's the word, that's the P word I was looking for. Priority boarding. It had priority boarding, it had and like some kind of internet and priority debarkation all rolled into one. So I would say buy it cheap for Black Friday, but kind of monitor what you buy so that in case there's a better deal. But 40% off our Royal Caribbean drink package is pretty good. So FYI, if you have Royal booked, make sure that you peep in to see if you can get some of its, like, what is it called? Accoutrements. Get those for cheap. Raccoon's Famous is great tip on Explorer. Yep. And if you are new here, I was mentioning some of the travel deals that I kind of either took advantage of or I saw. And Explorer Journeys is currently offering 5% deposit. Their usual deposit is 10% of the cruise fare, where they're offering a 5% deposit. So like some of that math is, I had a $4,000-ish cruise in my cart, and the deposit was like $200. So I had that for like a 2026 cruise. So that would give me almost 2 years to pay for that. So that's a heads up. So if you know any other good travel deals, drop them in the chat. Yep, that is a good deal for a drink package. Sig is here. Welcome in, Sig the Solo Cruiser. And if you have not heard, this is a good segue. What better than to pair it with some of your ultimate solo travel? So Sig the Solo Cruiser, the Jen Danielle Experience, and I have paired up to host the ultimate solo group cruise June 22nd, 2026 on Celebrity Reflections. So we want solo travelers and friends to come on board a Celebrity Reflection. I believe it's $100 deposits. And shout out to you all who already booked. I think I processed like 6 deposits on Saturday when we first announced it. And deposits for that cruise are like $100 per person. I was seeing rates starting like $11.97 or something, like about $1,100 for an interior. I've seen people get balconies. So like, yeah. If you are interested in sailing with Sig, Jen, and I for the ultimate solo cruise experience, email one of us and we can give you a quote for the trip. And again, you'll have a couple of years to pay for it. A traveling Black couple says a very good deal on drinks, and check out the excursions too. Yes. And I will also say for Celebrity too. So if you have a Royal cruise, a Celebrity cruise booked, I know Celebrity is offering some sort of Black Friday, like percentage off of like a second passenger. I don't believe Royal's offering a Black Friday deal, but Royal has, this is a good time to purchase anything that you need on board. So whether it be internet, it's going to be at a discount, excursions, spa packages, all of those things. Kristen's giving us a little bit of commercial shopping tips. Kristen says she's also grabbed some stuff from Old Navy. 50% off of everything. When does that end? Because Old Navy has some really good, like, I've been really into a rabbit hole of travel outfits. Like, I have airport outfits have me in a chokehold. So there's been some really cute like lounge attire on Royal Caribbean, on Old Navy. So Jump in, get that little 50% off of everything. Get you some clothes, child, because when I say, quick, cute little outfits for a deal, that's your opportunity. My MH Family Adventure says gratuities are also included with Holland's $25 deposit. Yes. So so basically you book Holland, you have a $25 deposit, gratuities are included. And I feel like MH, I gotta double check. I feel like they might have threw some drinks in mine. I don't know. They had something else that went into my cruise that I don't think I have to worry about. I feel like it might have been drinks. I'm not sure. Only Go Yellow says she put down deposits on 2 celebrity cruises, but she missed most of the Black Friday deals. But okay. I didn't realize that they have like limited availability for their Black Friday cruises. On the Go Yellow says Die Hard is a Christmas movie. All the old action movies hit theaters on holidays. Yeah, because remember, like, it used to be a thing on Thanksgiving in particular, to go to the movie theater. And then last year, what was The Color Purple had everybody in a chokehold for Christmas. I think, did I go to Color Purple on either Christmas Day or the day after Christmas? Kristen says, the Best Man holiday makes me cry like a baby. I can't watch the sappy holiday movies. Listen, I thought that people had to come get me in the Best Man holiday in the theater. I cried 15 minutes straight at the end of that movie. Like hiccuping cried. Welcome in Travel Yes We See said, were the soda machines working in Resilient Lady? They were always broken on the transatlantic. I don't really drink soda like that, so I didn't even notice. I don't know if Regina or Parker's on the go drink soda. Did y'all notice if the Resilient Lady, the soda machines were working? I do know something, the water. I remember Regina texted me and she said, like, was it on the back-to-back? Something at one point, the water machines were out in the galley and they had to fix them. And I think they got them online, but I don't really drink soda. Either I'm drinking water or I'm drinking alcohol. And there's no in between. Margaret Logan says, I do the same. I love watching A Christmas Story on TBS. Okay, TBS, not TNT. Also my favorite is This Christmas. Yes, This Christmas has had a solid, what is it called? A solid, Chris Brown singing This Christmas, a solid soundtrack, in it. Who else we got? Kristen says Carnival wasn't giving the girls anything, and they weren't. Carnival said, you have these low everyday prices and y'all want to talk about our ships and call them all kind of names. We ain't giving y'all nothing. Carnival gave us a lump of coal in our stockings for how mean we treated them this last year. Yolanda Jackson's in the chat saying, hey, C, or saying good evening. Gina's World is here. Hey, Gina's World, welcome in. We are just talking about any of the Black Friday, holiday, Travel Tuesday, any of the Cyber Monday deals that you saw, and then getting ready for this trip announcement, because we don't go live every Monday, but we go live when there's a trip announcement. Folks are speaking. Oh, yeah, we're celebrating the collaboration. So, yep, if you missed the announcement, the Jen Danielle Experience, Sig and I are doing the Ultimate Solo Cruise on June 22nd, 2026 on Celebrity of Reflection out of Fort Lauderdale. So a nice little, quick getaway. I hope y'all can join us. Excuse me. Points Blank Travels in the building say, hey, see in chat. Hey, Unc, welcome in. Autobot Diva is in the building, waving to everyone. Autobot Diva says, no Christmas movies for me, but as soon as December 1st hits, I'm playing Angels We Have Heard on High a cappella by Just Six and Donny Hathaway this Christmas. Now, it is not officially, like, you might be in the Christmas spirit, but it is not officially Christmas until you hear Donny Hathaway's This Christmas and until you hear Temptations' Silent Night on the radio. And then we know we can, usher in the season. Kristen saying, Old Navy sale ends at midnight, and they're also offering an extra 20% off when you spend $100 and $9 activewear too. So go ahead and get your little, sweatpants and stuff for all those January goals that we may or may not hit in the new year. MH Family Adventure says sodas were good on Resilient. They were terrible on Valiant. Dang, how they mess up on sodas? Was it watered down? What was wrong with the machines? Who else we got? Gina says, "Don't take away my black card," but I never saw Best Man Holiday because it was sad. Yeah, I will say it's triggering, particularly if you have like loved ones who have passed away during the holiday season, or if you have a loved one battling like cancer or some other ailment. That movie can be a little triggering. But it's we had to see the sequel. Like we had to know what's his name, what Lance, who settled down with Lance. Parks and Ghost says some of them were working well and some were not at all. I didn't know it was a little situation with the soda machine on Resilient Lady. Dang. Yeah, I knew Regina said there was a water issue, but I didn't know that the soda machines were cutting up. And Sig is saying, yes, join us solos and non-solos. Or Sig is saying, woohoo, join us solos. And yes, if you're a non-solo, but you want to experience with the solo experience, come on. We'll take any and everybody. And it's not just a girls trip. So I just want to let y'all know, like, guys, like I have not seen an email from a guy yet. Don't let it fool you that you see 3 beautiful chocolatey women on the flyer. We also all call, hear ye. We are looking for some solo males to travel with us too. So if you are a guy who cruises solo, we need a little testosterone situation in the mix. So email one of us today. Travel Yes We See says most of those other sales were raised base price and give bigger discount. Bottom line, cost is all that matters. So yeah, there's always, what is it? They say that Black Friday is usually not an actual deal. It's kind of like the prices have been like slowly raised throughout the year and they just kind of drop them at the last minute. And it makes you feel like it was on sale, but in reality, it had been cheaper another part of the year. So that's why I say like buy and hold. Cause I know for sure, like me last year when I was going on Celebrity Edge with Melanie at Sea, I was like, oh, let me buy my drink package. Let me buy my internet for Black Friday. But I know for sure what they did was they bundled that internet into something and I ended up getting a better deal later in the year. So that's something to look out for. But the good news is for Royal Caribbean and Celebrity, you can buy the item and you can basically just hold it. You can cancel it and then purchase it at the cheaper price. So if most of y'all know that, but just in case you didn't want to share. Those are the songs. Yes. Hey Ruby's baby, welcome in. Best Man Peacock series was a train wreck. I think I only could get through like 2 episodes because I was not ready to see Wholesome Lance as a garden tool. And I'll leave it at that. So I don't think I finished that series. I think did I finish that series? If I finished it, it wasn't memorable. But Lance had lost his whole damn mind after he lost Mia. Travel Yes We See says thoughts on Persephone. I didn't go see Persephone. I know I did that little 2-day cruise. Like, let's talk about that. 2-day cruises should be banned. Because so the first 2 days, I mean, I don't have really any good excuse. The first day, you get on board, and I didn't get caught up in the shuffle, but their systems on Virgin went down. Their boarding system went down. So we had a lot of people who didn't board. They were waiting in line outside for like two hours trying to get on board. And I personally was just so excited to just be back on Virgin that I'm not a person that I want to cram a lot of activities in. So I probably should have went for the content, but I think that evening I got dinner. I fell asleep. I missed the pajama party. But what I did see was I finally got to see Slam Allen. So I missed the pajama party. I woke up at 12 o'clock midnight and I got to see him play his 2 sets late night. That was the first night. The second night, of course, was Scarlet Night. So I didn't see Persephone then. Then the second cruise, all the YouTube people were on the ship and I didn't make that either. I don't even know what I did that second night. Yeah. So I have no we went to dinner. We all went to dinner together. We went to Extra Virgin, like 10 of us. So I didn't make it to the shows. But if y'all saw Persephone in the chat, so MH Family Adventures, I don't think you did either because y'all were with us, or Parker's, or Regina, whoever saw Persephone, let us know your thoughts. I know some people were kind of just ear hustling, were complaining about it was a stand-up show. I think you can sit down on the second floor. But I mean, that didn't bother me because what was it? Dance Show Party Thingy was a moving kind of interactive experience where they moved the stage around. But yeah, I will be on Resilient again though in June. So I'll probably catch it then. It'll be a longer sailing. So and I won't be doing all the because the first selling was a travel agent selling, so I was like doing all the networking stuff. So I will hopefully catch Persephone in June 2025 and let you know. But my bad. Did I tell you I was supposed to go see that? I think I might have promised that by accident. If I did, my apologies. And I'll catch it in June. Chiri says, what? I like the Best Man series. I couldn't cope. I could not cope with Lance not being wholesome. Liam is saying, hey, see in the chat, how are things? I'm late. No, you're not late. You are here. Welcome in, Liam. Thanks for sliding by. Kristen says, Virgin needs to do better with those system outages. When they happen, and they're totally handicapped. Absolutely. And the first selling, it was bad because like most of those people were like travel agents. So, and they were travel agents who, a lot of them, like I would say 75% of the people who were in my question and answer session that I was attending had raised their hand and said they had not sold Virgin before. So it's like, that was just not a good, opening, introduction to the brand. But they try to make up for it. They put a DJ outside. They offered longer champagne hour sell away. So, in my head, I guess the people who want to sell Virgin are going to sell Virgin. But that, and I would say the CEO, their executive team has basically acknowledged their systems issues, and they said they're going to do better at it. So at least the team knows that, they have some systems issues. But I would say like, I'm about half and half with Virgin sellings that on time, what is it called? Being able to enter the terminal on time due to systems issues. Travels with PNB. Hey, welcome in. I was watching your live, a little bit of your live about Prima. Travels with PNB. He said he liked Virgin. There was so much rain, they canceled the pajama party on my cruise. And yeah, I got lucky because my last time I was on Virgin, they canceled Scarlet Night. We had it indoors, and Scarlet Night indoors is just not the same. So it was cool but I heard the pajama party was really good this time. But I didn't get to make it out. I was like, I'm gonna lay down, take a nap, and next thing I know it was 12 o'clock midnight. So I just went to go listen to Slam Island. Liam says system outages. Yes, Liam. Virgin is notorious for on embarkation day, somehow magically the iPads go down and they don't have any like backup. Like I've been on cruises where they'll have like a backup mechanism or have to manually like register people. Virgin just stops. And so you will sit out there. And the issue is if it happens, like Royal at least has a terminal where you can like sit down, even though Royal is really good at embarkation, that you just move through. But at least Royal has like a bunch of chairs. Virgin is kind of like being stuck outside the club. And so you're literally standing in these lines. And then at some point, if the delay lasts too long, you are sitting on concrete. So they're going to have to figure out like, a way or method or something for whenever the system go down, because people literally have to stand. So people are basically like sitting on concrete until they can get it together. Kristen's asking if they had moved the PJ party to the Manor, because I know they moved that one time I had inclement weather. Autobot Diva says, I got more. What? Oh, I got more Rulu's charging cables. Oh, it's a brand. Brick and case for Cyber Monday. Backup for the backup. So Autobot Diva got herself got themselves some tech for Cyber Monday. Ruby's Baby says, I think Lance ended up in a better space than he settled down again. Yeah, because I was talking about it and I was thinking, I was like, yeah, I think Didn't he get with like a girl, like a wholesome looking girl at the resort or something? I know we're ruining the show for people. Adventurers is in the building. Said, hey, adventurers, welcome in. I was chuckling at y'all's comment on the Glory, Carnival Glory. It was interesting to hear that because like I had tried to sell Glory a couple times to people, and they came back and were like, "Do you not have a newer ship?" And I'm like, "You gotta." That their budget was basically Glory, but so when you mentioned about Glory, I was like, "Ooh, I'm glad I didn't put anybody on it." Actually, I have put somebody on Carnival Glory. Hopefully, they have an okay time though. I did give them some other options, but I think we were for the budget we were at Glory, so hopefully they don't have too bad of a time. Let's see. Folks are talking about, yep. Lance lost his whole mind because he only had Mia. All right. Travels PNB says Virgin doesn't do issues well. Let's talk about it. He said, I had a nightmare disembarkation due to weather and they were not organized. I wholeheartedly, that first sentence, Virgin doesn't do issues well. I wholeheartedly agree. And I'm not sure like what makes it happen like that. But like I had a really good time like meeting the execs for Virgin while I was on the cruise, but like their level of being cordial and hospitable doesn't necessarily trickle down and translates to some of their workers, and not necessarily like the workers who are like your bartender or like the people who are cleaning up. It's like the customer service people. So I think I told the story last week of I needed luggage tags. And most cruise lines would have been like, oh, ma'am, we'll bring it to your cabin. And instead, like Virgin was like, oh, come down to the desk. So I came down to the, hospitality desk or the guest services desk. And then the guy at guest services, instead of just like being like, oh, I'll get you those luggage tags, he was basically telling me that I didn't need them. And then like we're going back and forth about why he thinks I don't need them. Then he turns around and grabs 2 luggage tags. And I'm like, sir, we could have just skipped that whole exchange and you could have went to the back and got me those 2 luggage tags. So I would agree, like they don't necessarily handle like the glitches well, even though they have a very nice, phenomenal, like very down to earth executive team that like, John, Nirmal, Nathan, who's the director of marketing, is a hoot. All real down to earth guys, but like some of that level of customer service and concern doesn't trickle down to like some of the people who are going to be like frontline for customer service issues. So well said. I agree. Still like the line, still like the product, but they could be a little better with some of their service elements. Liam says Virgin is still a new cruise line. Absolutely. And they're coming of their own. So that was something that they mentioned during Virgin had a question and answer session during the sailing that was for travel agents. And they were just talking about their journey. So they were saying, they had this whole plan to roll out like a cruise ship a year, but due to the pandemic and like the supply chain issues, if y'all remember, a couple of their ships were like delayed for delivery. They basically had to navigate having 3 cruise ships out released almost at the same time, and then having to sell, and make profit. So they were talking about like how now they are kind of getting, a little more getting their feet under them as an agency. So I think like in my head, I feel like they are investing in the things they need to invest in. Like they're investing in solid food. They're investing in really good entertainment. However, I also know, being in the American market, like people are going to expect consistent customer service, and want people who make them feel warm and fuzzy. And something about, I'm not sure like who they hire, or maybe it's because their workers get paid well and they don't have to work for tips. It's kind of like almost like they're customer service folks. It's almost like they, when you reach out to them and ask for assistance with something, it's kind of like they're doing, like, you're bothering them almost. Like, another example was I was communicating in the app because I was hanging out with, it was like Parker's on the go, why your favorite couple, we were all doing what's it called? Trivia together. And I didn't feel like leaving. So I was like, I'm gonna, just reach out to this guest services because I was gonna cancel. I had like a nail appointment, but I was having so much fun. I was like, screw that nail appointment. Well, I get on the app again, and it's like you have to offer people a solution. And so I was like, hey, can I cancel my nail appointment in the app? And the lady was just like, or whoever responded to the app was just like, no. And most people would say like, no, we can't handle that. Like, contact, the spa, and here is the spa's extension. So it was kind of like, okay, again, that level of customer service of like, tell me what my options are. Like, you should always, in customer service industry, give somebody something. Like, even if you can't do something, like do whatever they're asking, give them something or give them what you can give. And they're missing that small little extra mile component of some of their customer service experiences, I feel. But it's not enough that like it will ruin like the cruise experience for me. It's kind of one of the situations that like go ask somebody else, or just figure it out on your own. A traveling Black couple says, I'm glad we had an incredible experience on our first Virgin voyage. All those issues would have had us not planning to go back. Yeah. But even I'm trying to think, I think a traveling Black couple, the sailing that I met y'all on, I think I was delayed 30 minutes because the iPads went down. So I distinctly remember I was sitting on the floor. Or one of those sailings, I was sitting on the floor for about 30 minutes because the iPads went down and we were out in the front of the terminal. And that was before, for some reason, my Deep Blue, I went on a first mate rate. So I couldn't use my Deep Blue perks. So yeah. Travel Yes We See says, problem also on my cruise is there's some allergen in the room. I got coughs and congestion only in the room, as did several other people. I think I might be able to relate to that, but I also usually in the middle of the night get very congested anyway. But that's interesting. I wonder if it's like pillows or something with like, I don't know, the HVAC or something. That's interesting. Anybody else have allergy issues on Virgin? Travel with PB says, I like Carnival Glory. It was a fun older ship, but fun. Okay, cool. I have a family with 2 cabins going on Glory later in the year. So it'll be interesting, or later this month. So it'll be interesting to see what their experience is. But I gave them 3 options and they picked Glory. So I can't say I didn't try. but usually for me, I usually have a good time on Carnival. So Liam says Glory budget, but wanted to go on Icon. Travel Yes We See says the Happenings cast was very cool. Several newbies on the cast. Yes, a lot of new faces on Resilient Ladies Happening cast. Very young, very cute. Their diva is just precious. So yeah, definitely a new group. I will also say though too, I've had, I don't know. I'm gonna leave that one alone. But they do have a new group on Resilience Happening cast. For sure. Folks are talking about Liam's from the plane. Oh, Travel SEC says on Jubilee now. Great. Very few kids. Woo, congratulations. I guess it is that time of year where the kids are going to be basically parked until they get out for school. Kristen says they definitely need a print your own tags option. That whole getting it at the port and then writing it on it is antiquated. And I like that they have the luggage tags at the port, but there is some liability in it. So I was 2 things. A, somebody was talking about in the cruise group, they were like, they have made their own luggage tag because one of the porters, the handwriting can mess up where your luggage gets delivered. So they basically had their luggage lost their whole sailing. Not my recent sailing, but they said a previous sailing, they had their luggage lost for a few days because the porter had wrote a number and it looked like something else. And similar situation when the person who wouldn't give me the luggage tag to the front desk, instead of him just handing me the luggage tag, he wrote my next cabin number, and like the 4 looked like a 7, even though I don't think there's a deck 17, but and I didn't get my bags. And when you do a back to back on Virgin, they are supposed to move your bags. Basically, you leave your bags packed in the cabin, which sounds amazing. You leave your bags packed in the cabin. You can even leave items hanging in the closet, and they are supposed to transfer the clothes on your bags to the next your next cabin. Well, I'm not sure if it was due to old boy's handwriting or what, but I went back to my cabin like after the back to back, and I even gave them a couple hours. So I didn't go as soon as I got back on. I went like a couple hours later, and my luggage wasn't there. So I had to walk around the corner and find like an old room steward, which I don't think I ever met my room steward, which is fine. But I had to find a room steward and be like, I had cabin 14182. Like, can you make sure like I don't have my luggage? So they basically went to go find my luggage because my worry was they're going to put the luggage off the ship. So yeah, I agree. Like, if I like that they do your luggage tags, but if they're writing it at the port, you might want to make sure that they look at their handwriting, or make sure that you have your own clear marker, like your own name tag or luggage tag on your luggage. That even has happened to me on Norwegian. When I sailed Norwegian, was that my first and only time on Prima? The luggage tag for the cruise line had fell off, and they were able to use my personal luggage tag that has like my name and number to find my cabin. Because when I got my luggage, I was like, how did they get it here? And I guess they just saw the name and they found my cabin. So it always helps to like just double identify your luggage to be on the safe side. Charlie SCC says, we love an almost kid-free cruise. Gotta be strategic in the cruise streets. Kristen says, overall, Virgin has a good thing going. I agree. I would sell them over and over again. Love Ryan the Stallion. I have nicknamed Ryan the Stallion. Ryan always has his cakes and pies out. And yeah, and Millie was actually on Resilient Lady. She's back. So yeah, they're very cool. Very, very cool Happenings cast. And it's kind of cool that you like remember the characters of the Happenings cast over and over and how they rotate them from ship to ship. Cindy Steffen says, good evening, see in chat. Sorry I'm late. We'll replay what I missed tomorrow. Oh, welcome in. Thanks for coming in, and thanks for catching the replay, and welcome to the team replay, who might be catching this live another day. Adventurer says, I like Virgin. I save money on Virgin. No real casino. Wholeheartedly agree. I was saying I can't remember what was I yapping about. Was my last live that I rarely walk past the casino to even want to use it. But when I went to the casino on Virgin, the one and only time I hit that slot like 3 times and I hit $862. Yes, I did. But yeah, Virgin for me is not necessarily like a casino cruise. And if you've seen their casino loyalty program, you have to be like, it's like high threshold. Like it's up there. It's some like ridiculous amount of money for you to get like free cruises through the casino offers on Virgin. Now I know you can use that like other website to get those casino deals, but whatever their casino program ain't it. Aventura says Virgin is the closest you're going to get to an all-inclusive. I agree. It's particularly adults only all-inclusive. Liam is speaking. We got a question. Yay! First question of the evening. Hold on, let me wet my whistle. Team Reese says, how was the back-to-back process on Virgin? I cannot report that it was glitch-free. So I've heard that it can be done very smoothly, but for me, it was not done smoothly. Our back-to-back process had a couple of hiccups, and I'm not sure if it was like remnants from when the system went down the first day of the 2-day sailing. So what happened was Virgin will, I guess the back-to-back process on Virgin, they will put a letter in your cabin telling you where to meet, and you're supposed to meet, it's usually like the roundabout. I will say I enjoy that you have an opportunity to like enjoy your cabin a little longer. You basically have to be at the roundabout at 10:30. So I'm at the roundabout at 10:30. 10:30 hits. We're still sitting there. And like probably another 15, 20 minutes, maybe almost 30 minutes, finally they get us moving. So they dismiss us in 2 chunks of groups. So I was in group 1 based on where I was sitting. They literally just divided the room in half. They were like, y'all go, y'all wait. So we walked out, and if you ever exit Virgin, like when you're leaving Virgin, there's like almost like a little glass hallway where you're literally like in a glass hallway between the ship and a glass hallway between their lounge area. Not the gangway, but it's just like this walkway that you're kind of in between the ship and that red lounge area they have. Well, we're walking out, and I think like it was really like it was people were like all the way further up. And I happened to see Terry like make a look because he was like way up, like some people up. And he was like, no, this is not the way to go. So like everybody kind of stops, and we realized we were supposed to make the left. So the door that was supposed to be open for the back-to-back process was not open yet. So we're standing in this little like hallway in between like customs and like being able to enter the lounge. And we're just waiting. So finally up comes customs agents, and they bring the little facial recognition. So the line like turns back, and we're about to go through the facial recognition. Well, the facial recognition isn't working. So they just tell us like, go ahead. We have to, they manually checked our passports. And they gave us I think they made it reprogram your wristband. And then I thought we were going to be able to like just walk back on the ship. They were like, nope, sit down. So we sat down for like another 10, 15 minutes. And then like we got on. So I would say I've heard where they literally like walk you in a circle. We were more like a square because it had stops and starts. Then the second part of it for me was the piece I just mentioned about my luggage. So you're supposed to leave your luggage packed in your cabin. And then, anything you have hanging in your closet, not in the drawers, but you can leave things hanging in the closet, or it needs to be packed in your suitcase. Your room attendant will take those items and move it to your next cabin. Well, Regina was like, when she got, and your cabin is immediately available, I believe, when you get off. Well, when Regina got on, she was like, oh, her stuff was already in her cabin. For me, though, my stuff had not arrived. And so I had to basically walk back to my old cabin, find a room attendant, and say like, hey, my luggage is missing. And then they got it. So I will say it was not a smooth process, but I've heard other people say they have had a better back-to-back process on Virgin. Travel SPC says, Virgin can't let that condescending sailor service attitude metastasize. Great cruise line, though. And that's, again, another quotable line. And that's really what it is. I only get the stanky from, I get it why for the restaurants. So like at the Wake and at Extra Virgin, they need to put like their kind of bouncer, you know how like you used to go to like a posh lounge or club or something, and they would have that one hostess who was just like, nah, you're not getting in here. Totally understand why you need that energy and persona at like the Wake, at Extra Virgin, at Pink Agave, because people are really trying it to get those tables and seats for dinner reservations. I mean, one can also counter argue that maybe they need to fix their dinner reservation processes so they don't have, to have literally like club bouncers at the front doors of those restaurant venues. But sailor services should be your nicest people on the ships, particularly because like my guess is people aren't just coming to sailor services because they just want to go down on sailor services. Like those should be the people, again, who are trained in like offering solutions, offering, the best customer service. And anytime I went to sailor services, I never have left with a warm, fuzzy feeling. And they try to tell you like, oh, use the app. But I just think they could have, a little more oomph in the customer service department for their sailor services team. So yes, Travel SPC, you hit it on the head. Virgin can't let that condescending sailor services attitude metastasize. I agree. But I will say, counterpoint, For the most part, like the other people, like, so your wait staff, amazing, very hospitable. Most of the bartenders, you have a couple stank bartenders on Virgin, but most of the bartenders are very nice. But it's something about the Sailor Services crew. They got a little nasty in them. Traveling Black Couple says, yes, we would love to hear about the back to back. You had a surprise, yes, from the pop up cruisers on the live. Yep. So you didn't see the live. I feel like we have a pop up cruiser, like create a pop up cruiser Hall of Fame. So the pop up cruisers, YFC definitely surprises everybody. However, the Parkers decided they wanted to have a little pop up cruiser in their spirit, and they came trucking in. So I feel like this whole pop-up cruiser movement is about to be a thing. So it'll be interesting to see who else pops up where. Adventurer says, travels with PMB, active, yes, but the ship felt congested. Oh, she's talking about Carnival Glory. It was like they tried to fit areas of a bigger ship onto a smaller ship, but the crowd type was full of blue cards. So people learning the Carnival system. Who else we got? They are speaking. PMB says, my selling was mixed crowd. The tightest space is always a lounge where the comedy shows were. And on my selling, there was hardly anyone at the playlist productions. I am sick of the playlist productions. Like, Carnival that would be like an area that I would love for them to notch it up a little bit, and I think they are, because they have one of Celebrity Singers on Carnival Conquest. But that playlist production, it's just giving like cheesy high school play. And I mean, rarely, I'm not a show girl, because in my head I'm like, I'd rather be listening to music and drinking a couple cocktails. So if I go to a show, like, I'm expecting like an experience. So I have not wasted my time on a playlist production in a long time. I think the last playlist production one I went to was Carnival Jubilee, had Spellbound. And that was actually cute. That was a cute one. They had decent singers. But I've stopped going to the Welcome Aboard show, and Liam says, to avoid kids, don't cruise after November, Thanksgiving until January, and not during spring break. That's how you avoid the youth. But Liam, there's also like there's a little spot between December 1 and December 15th that you will avoid children. And you get really good deals around that time. Kristen says, gotta catch the cruises between the holidays, like now, when the kids are back from Thanksgiving break and won't be out until Christmas. Exactly. And the prices are really good. So when I was looking at Holland, like, there was a December 5th. I don't know if y'all can hurry up and crank it out, but like, for some reason, December 5th there are a variety of cheap cruises December 5th. So if anybody's looking for something to do this weekend, December 5th, you can find probably you a quick last minute deal. Liam says, I like the back-to-back process on Carnival Firenze. I had the same room, so I didn't have to pack bags at all. And we just waited in the main dining room until the zero count, and then customs came and got us. Cool, good to know. I have not did back-to-back on Carnival. Well, Virgin was the first back-to-back ever. So I guess I need to try out some more back-to-back experiences to see how things are. But that's good to know that they have you sit and then come get you. Oh, and then Carnival, they didn't make you get off the ship. Oh, wow. That's cool. Yeah, Virgin, we basically scanned off, like how you scan off. We went down the gangway, and then we were supposed to go into the doors into that lounge, and they had like their check-in team. Like, they had all the podiums that they use. They had all the podiums up in their lounge area, that red lounge they have. And then I think we were supposed to make a hook back in. However, it looked like they didn't have the scanners back on the other side. So it was a little glitchy. Gina's World says, don't sleep on those older Carnival ships. Sometimes on the older ships, cabins are larger than the newer ships. Yeah, and I kind of like, so Carnival Sunshine is built. It sounds like kind of like Glory. So basically, Carnival Sunshine has all the components of a new ship on an older ship, like minus like the roller coaster and all that shenanigans. But it had like the Fahrenheit 555. It had Banzai Sushi. It had the sports box, the sports, what's it called? Sports lounge, or sports bar, and a couple other things, a Limelight Lounge. And I thought it was a good option for like, because I know like on Jubilee, my mom and my aunt were like overwhelmed by the walking. Like they get scooters. But like if you want somebody to experience, smaller ship, or be able to experience all the things in a smaller ship, then those ships kind of offer that Carnival's older ship. So it's an option. It's an option. Team Reese says, I love a good show, but I skip them on Carnival. We got another question. So Adventurer says, so they don't allow you to keep the same cabin. Why not? So I didn't plan it that way. So I was not saying that's not on Virgin. That was on me. So I didn't even try. And I also wanted to try 2 different categories. So the first 2-day sailing, the travel agent one, I had a balcony, what's it called? Sea terrace cabin. And then for the second, the 2-day, before that 2-day went on sale, it was like $600 for a solo insider. So A, I wanted to get on the ship, and B, solo insider was the only thing that I could like afford. So I ended up getting I went from a sea terrace to a solo insider. However, it was good for me because I was able to film the solo insider and get the experience. I will say that solo insider is tight. The first day, it took me a while. By the second day, I kind of like got used to how it's spaced. But that solo insider cabin on Virgin is a closet. But it's perfect for, again, if you just want to be on the ship, if you're only in your cabin to sleep and, shower and get out the room, then it's a good option for you. So that wasn't on Virgin. It was on me. It was on like the pricing of it. So yeah, I decided to, well, one, I had to take whatever cabin that they gave me as a first mate. And then I didn't even bother to see, like, do the whole call, see if my next cabin was available, all that. I just want to get on ship. Gina's World says, also just returning from the Venezia. I like that layout very much. Really cool ship and a really fun sailing. On the Go Yellow says, talking about the Royal Caribbean scanning process or back-to-back process. And who we got? Linda Jackson says, the process is great on both cruises I have done back-to-back. Carnival was good as well as Celebrity. So cool. All right. So y'all are here for Monday Meet It. We do a trip announcement, right? And so I don't go live every Monday, but when I go live, there's usually a trip announcement. And this week, if you couldn't tell by the title, we are jumping on Royal Caribbean's Independence of the Seas for a quick 4-day sailing. And I'm excited about this one because it is going to a port. We're going to cross our fingers, because there's been like mixed reviews in what's it called? The sailing group of, there's been some, we're supposed to go to Labadee. I'm sorry, let me get it out. We're supposed to be going to Labadee. That's it. And it's like it's the most laid back, lazy cruise, because literally it's like you have embarkation, you have a day at sea, you go to Labadee, another day at sea, and then you're back. So I'm like, I am going to be like maxing and relaxing this cruise. However, it's going to be interesting to see if we actually make it to Labadee, because some people have been saying in the cruise groups that they're seeing that we might got changed to Cozumel because of all of the things that are going on in Haiti. You got people who are freaking out saying like, is Labadee safe? I am looking forward. I hope that they keep us going to Labadee. Essentially, like if you look where Labadee is and you look where like all of the uprising and all of that stuff is, it's pretty far. It's pretty far away from each other. But I trust that Royal. I trust that the captain. And worst come to worst, I trust that these legs will get my ass back on that ship if I need to bounce. So that is the trip announcement. I will probably be going live Sunday from the ship. I think usually I try to go live on embarkation day, but I'm not going to go live on embarkation day. But I'm probably going to go live about Sunday because I want to be able to maybe talk to you all about what the experience is. Did we make it to Labadee? Did we not make it to Labadee? What is Labadee like? So let's see what y'all are saying in the chat. Folks are speaking. Traveling Back Couple says, Labadee, we were supposed to go there and got Coco Cay. Still great, but still. Yeah, like they took Labadee off the schedule when Haiti had like its initial uprising. And then there was talks about them taking Haiti off when, I don't know if y'all remember in the news, there was a Spirit airline, I think, plane or a couple of planes that got hit by bullets. But geographically, Labadee is kind of protected. It's away from all the things. But I also trust that, you know, they're going to get the intel they need, but it's away from where all the uprising and the unrest is. But I trust, just like how cruise ships navigate around weather, they're going to be in tune and navigating the situation for if we make a stop in Haiti, or we might make a stop somewhere else. So tune in sometime on Sunday. I'll probably be going live. I'm thinking probably in the morning hours before other people start getting, you know, all the other live streams happen. So let's see what y'all got to say. Indy is okay. Has a fish spot. I'm not sure. Iris Wag says the State Department still has him at level 4. Yeah, and I mean, like, the State Department also probably has like Mexico, probably what, level 3. But we're not going in that area. But again, I'm hoping, I feel like the cruise line will have the level of intelligence that we need. I think it's different than flying into some places. And I'll also say our State Department always has people at really high. I probably live in a level 4 neighborhood my damn self for where I live in DC. My cruising family says, ooh, see, are you getting on the Dragons Flight zip line in Labadee? Highly recommend it. Yes. So I did take advantage of maybe pre-Black Friday sales. So I do have I'm sorry, I don't have the zip line. I have the roller coaster, the Dragon's Back. What is it called? Whatever the roller coaster is, I have that. And then what else did I purchase? I purchased, they have a couple specialty restaurants. So I think I'm going to finally get to Chops. I have not got to Chops yet. I heard Chops is terrible, but I'll get to experience Chops for myself on this cruise. And if anything, I might go online and buy me some Black Friday internet so I can come and report live on the Yo-Yo's crossing the fingers. Yeah, you know, you got to stay prayed up. Like, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. And worst come to worst, I know one thing. What is it? Survival kicks in. And it's going to be me or you. Because sis used to be a sprinter, and I highly believe I can get back to that ship if I need to. Liam says Labadee is a closed, secure port for Royal. Yep. So Labadee is a private port, so it's not like you are in, you know, the rest of Haiti. There's a lot of people just get really nervous about getting off at these ports. I mean, if you're really that concerned, like, you can stay on the ship if you want to. But I think it's an awesome opportunity to visit, like, a country that I know I would not be able to, I don't think, like, you know, visit. My cruising family says that's exciting to get back to Labadee. Yeah. Travel Yes We See says the Haiti paranoid people are hilarious. Travel Yes We See, I wish you could just see in that dang on Facebook group, like, people are screenshotting the State Department. People are saying they're not going to get off or on board. People are just like, you know, it's a lot of, like, you know, just, I guess, shenanigans. And it's just kind of like, as a traveler, you know, the State Department always is going to give you an elevated kind of rating for any area. But I think I'm going to be fine. And if not, like, we're either going to probably go to Cozumel or they're going to take us a perfect day. And I'm also fine with either one of those options. But it's interesting to see this, you know, some of the commentary. But yeah, once I found out, like, you know, Labadee was on this side and everybody else was on that side, like, any inkling of concern was just like, it left me. Team Reese says we love Labadee. Yes, I distinctly remember y'all that video where y'all almost y'all were having a tough time swimming on that on that beach in Labadee. I don't want to say drown. I'm allowed to say drown on the live stream. Or was it Ray? Ray panicked. If y'all have not seen that video of Team Reese in Haiti, Labadee, check it out. It's definitely interesting to it's a good watch. Chris says they are on 1,000. They absolutely are on 1,000. Yes, Royal Caribbean does not want no smoke, so they're not putting anyone in harm's way, even if they have to just lock us on the boat. Like, I think we're gonna be all right. Folks saying, so enjoy yourself. On the Go With Yellow says, hell, they were level 4 the last time we were there. So good to know. Royal Caribbean will drop you off in Haiti when it's at a level 4. Like, yeah, I've been to places that, just have, you look at the State Department thing, and then when you hear about like where the unrest or where the violent incidents are, like, it's usually nowhere near where the tourists are. Sharo says, exciting. My only Royal Caribbean cruise went to Labadee. Awesome. The zip line is fun. Would like to go back. Good to know. Liam says, DC is a level 10. Tell me about it. I have a funny story. So I had to do, y'all know I work for the feds. So I had to do another security interview today. And the person who was interviewing me, it was funny because he was like, I was like, I work remote. Like, why aren't you coming like to my neighborhood? And so when we got done the interview, he was talking and he was like, oh, he looked at my address and he was like, y'all had a triple shooting. And I was like, yeah. And he ended up interviewing. This is not the not funny part. I think like a victim's brother from it. And I was just like, small world in a weird way. But I was like, oh, so that's why you wanted to interview me at my work location versus my home location, even though my home is my, I telework. So really random story about DC violence. But yes, DC, if I can live where I live in DC, I can get around a lot of places. Okay. Yes, so I'm on the Dragon's Tail. We got the roller coaster. Iris Wagstaff says she's been there many years ago and it was beautiful. Enjoy. Yeah, I'm looking for it. I really hope that they don't have to change ports. Hope that we can get to Labadee just so I can see it, because I feel like Labadee is going to be a port that it has potential to get shut down again. Particularly after they were talking about whatever happened with the airlines that got hit by bullets. I'm like, it's given like we're going to keep it open for like 5 more days and then it's going to be shut back down. So I hope to experience it before they have any more shutdowns. Somebody says the zip line looks nice and scary. Y'all, maybe I should get the zip line too. Let Haiti get some of these tourists. And Sharo, that is a really good point. That's a really good point of like, sometimes it helps with some of the unrest, the economy, etc. when we do get off the boats and like experience the people. Like I know they have people who sell knickknacks and they might get a little annoying, but like that's truly their income. And I watch and worry about like, there's so much talk about, all of these cruise lines building these ports, private ports, locations, particularly like Royal, like, oh, we're going to have our own, they have Coco Cay, and they're going, oh, we're going to have our own private, destination in Mexico. And like, even watching like the development of the Bahamas cruise or the Nassau cruise port, I'm kind of like, there are some unintended consequences for, us building these places that, in places where people were actually like relying on our dollar and our business. And I'm in my head, I'm like, if you shut tourists out from giving their dollars and their money, that actually creates conditions to make things unsafe. So I hope like as these places are finding like, all these private islands, like they strike a balance of remembering like you are visiting these people's places and like, don't just be a taking, like give back to the economy of, wherever you're visiting. Don't just be there to get the beautiful water and you're just, back on the ship and you done destroyed their environment by, this big old cruise ship. But yeah, sorry, I'm on a tangent. Kristen says, not a sprinter, put these Tevas in sport mode and go. That's my motto. It gotta be somebody. It ain't gonna be me. Yeah, that happened. Ruby's baby. I ain't gonna put that on the screen, but that's what the issue is. So that's why it had the whole cruise kind of group, like I guess panicking because I think I heard it was not just Spirit, but it was like a couple other planes got hit too. Let's see who else we got in here. Gina's baby says, Gina's Rose says, too bad. I've had some awesome times in Haiti. In Port-au-Prince. Oh, you a real thug, Gina. I love it. Parkinson Ghost says, I had to convince Brandon to get on the Dragon Coaster in Labadee. Then he was mad he didn't get an all-day pass. Oh, that sounds like it's going to be really fun. Now I feel like I need to do the zip line too. Cool. Heard good things about Port-au-Prince. Yeah. And it's a shame that, like, again, like some of these governments are literally in states of unrest because other nations have put them in devastating. Like, I believe the history is what the Haitians refused to be colonized by the French or gain their independence. And then after that, it's just been like a chronic system of unrest. Somebody can fact check my history. And it's just amazing that nations that decided they didn't want to be conquered or colonized or sought their independence now have some of the roughest conditions because they refused to be taken over. So yeah. And then we have a nerve to be like, well, we're scared to go there. And it's just kind of like, well, your nation probably created those conditions. But all right, off my soapbox. Iris Wax is my friend who's a Fed is trying to get a refund because her contract says she can't visit any country that's a level 3 or 4 by the State Department. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. And see, I'm not a contractor. I'm a direct hire. I know I can't. I'm not supposed to go to Cuba, I believe, is the only one. And in my clearance interview, they didn't ask anything about all the places I've been. And I know I've been in a couple places that probably got a little side eye. But that's interesting. Yeah, because they probably, yeah, I won't do any government talk, but that's interesting to know that certain contracts won't let you go to certain places. And it's something to be mindful of, if you seek, certain jobs, certain clearances about where you can and can't go. So in my head, like those kind of folks will have a valid reason to be like, stay on the ship. But some of these people are just making up issues and they literally live in places that are 10 times worse. Let's see. Who else we got? Phil and D, hold on. What we missed? You missed everything. We'll be on the Independence of the Seas. Yes, Phil and D, you got it. Yep, later this week, heading to Labadee, Haiti. So, I'm going to wrap it here. Thank you all for tuning in. A couple of cool announcements. Again, if you didn't hear, I am partnering with Sig the Solo Cruiser and the Jen Danielle Experience to offer the ultimate solo cruise. Solo group cruise, which is June 22nd, 2026 on Celebrity Reflection. Cute little 4-day. So if you're interested, go ahead and email me at siawithc@gmail.com. I also have my group cruise, which is the Good Government Getaway, which is Labor Day 2025, August 29th to September 3rd on Virgin Voyages, since we talked a lot about Virgin today, on my favorite ship, Valiant Lady, because I think she has a little soul in her. So you can email me at siawithc@gmail.com. That cruise is on sale currently for Black Friday. Happy to give you all quotes on that. I don't believe I have any other church announcements as oh Lord, I'm having a blank on names. But why am I trying to remember their names? Lord have mercy. I'm getting tired, so let me stop running my mouth. Triple with J and Michelle. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm like, I want to make sure I give credit where credit's due. As Triple with J and Michelle says, I don't have any other cruise announcements. Phil and D says, church announcements. Phil and D says, hope you like it. We were supposed to go there, but the itinerary got changed due to all the madness. Yeah, Phil and D, I'm going to be doing a live on Sunday. So probably Sunday morning-ish around coffee to see, like, either review Labadee or see, did we make it to Labadee or do we not make it to Labadee? Now, see, there are no places 10 times worse. I don't know. Oh, then Port-au-Prince, I wouldn't even say. I haven't been, but I do know. Well, no. Have you been to a township in South Africa? Or the favelas in Brazil? I've been to Brazil and definitely remember this guy was trying to get us to go to a favela. So I would say those can give a run for its money. But I don't think cruise lines are going any places like that. So it's really, I think some of those State Department things are more like worries about land-based. Let's see. Adventurer says she loved Independence of the Seas. They had an escape room, which they enjoyed. Gina's World says her family is from Haiti. So my thoughts are different from others. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's just interesting how, again, that's an interesting perspective that you can take with you and spread the word so that people aren't getting freaked out and realizing that, people are people. I'm going to end on a positive thought, and that is Traveling Black Couple says, have a great trip. Catch you next live. Yes, I will see y'all on Sunday, hopefully, if I can find some good internet to tell you about my experience in Labadee, or talk about, whatever itinerary change may or may not have happened. This is COC. Thanks for coming to chat with me. Like, comment, subscribe. The next Monday meetup, which will be our next trip announcement, is going to be at the end of the month, and it will be December 23rd. So get on in here December 23rd, 8 p.m. To see where we're going next. And of course, every Monday at 8 p.m., you all get some sort of content. So I will see you all next Monday with either a premiere, hoping I can get Disneyland Paris out, or a live of some sort. So hope you see y'all next week. All right, COC, thanks for chatting with me. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Good night.